company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. As we go along with doing these demonstrations, showing the 38 Black Widow's incredible capability to support amazing contrast levels, colors, and white levels, we also will be showing you at the end of the day, educating customers that are going to be buying screen paints for the first time or basically dabbing into home theater for the first time. The reason why you want to stay away from a gray screen paint product, why this is a product that is outdated, number one, why I do know a lot about these products because I used to make them back in the day, and why these products are trying to be, what's the word for it? They're trying to make it look like they're, it's something new, when it really isn't. These have been around for quite some time, the gray and black screen paint mixes. And as I showed you before in a few demonstrations where these products are nothing more than just black and white paint. Now, this right here is called Network Gray 773. As we said before, this product we have tested against several forms of mixes, and it has matched perfectly to these mixes. We need to put a challenge out. We have been requested by a few people on forum sites. They want a challenge, and the challenge we will be requesting will be the Network Gray Challenge. It's going to happen, people. So, as I said before, if I was developing screen paints and I had to walk and go against this thing at the end of the day, it wouldn't have gone well because this screen paint is actually extremely good. It's not even a screen paint, it's actually a house paint. It is extremely good. It has the perfect tone and perfect color, and it actually matches a great deal of gray screen paints. Even the Digital One Crystal screen paint cannot stand against a Network Gray 773. So, what I'm going to do is, we're going to do something a little different with the Network Gray 773. We are going to have it as a challenge, and the challenge we're going to have is we will ship this to any individual to your front door for you to do a side-by-side, or you can go purchase it yourself to back up to see if your product matches this. Now, I'm going to be showing you some demonstrations in a few minutes on our Facebook account. I told you about the church who we're working with to help them fix the problem that they're having. The screen is not pulling up because it's having some issues, and one of the things they did try was a gray screen paint product, and it didn't work at all. Keep in mind, this is a projector, a huge, massive venue projector at 12,000 lumens, 4K. I think it's a 4K projector, 12,000 lumens, ultra short, oh no, sorry, laser projector. And as I told you before, if you have somebody telling you that their products work with venues, they do not. Gray screen paint products do not work with venue projectors. That is a complete lie. And if they feel in any way whatsoever that we are not telling the truth, well, we give you the opportunity to paint a 180-inch screen and display it on a venue projector to show that the product works. But as I said before, this is not going to work. This is going to be a complete fail in your home. This is going to be a complete fail in your business. And the best way you want to go with is our 38 black at the end of the day. So right here, we're going to do a couple of demonstrations. As you're seeing, the screen is being displayed. We're going to do a color swap out real quick. Slow color change out. So as we do these demonstrations outside on these massive giant screens that we're going to be displaying outside, this is also for companies. People are going to be using backyard displays and so forth. To explain to you at the end of the day, you don't want to go near white screen, and you definitely don't want to fix it with a gray screen paint product because this is a product that's going to wash out. It doesn't produce contrast. It doesn't produce color. As we've been going about the house, displaying off these massive screens inside and outside, you can see where the screen paint is basically going to be failing. Does other screen paints match Network Gray 773? Yes, actually we tested quite a few of them, and they have tested exactly like the paint itself. And that's why we're going to put the challenge out for Network Gray 773. We will even ship it to your front door for free for you to do side by side. Now, we're saying anyone out there who basically is making a gray screen paint product, we would suggest you do the demonstration to prove that your product does not match this particular paint, because I said before, you have some people out there making accusations that their products do things that they would not have the capability of doing, and that's why we have requested the Network Gray 773. Also, too, as I said before, we had people in these chat rooms were asking about these challenges we're putting out, and one of the challenges they thought was kind of interesting was the fact that which one is doing the work? Is it the screen or is it the projector? And the reason why the challenge was put out there is because we wanted to see if these people who claim to get quality from their projection screens, that their screens were doing all these amazing abilities like producing better contrast and color and being able to produce in fully lit environments, if they could do this without the projector that we're using in the demonstration, which means if you're using a high-end, high-power projector, we've requested for the projector to be removed from the environment, and we've requested for the projector to be replaced with a 720p push back if they're using ultra short throws at about 12 to 13 feet and a fully lit environment. In all contrast demonstrations, all demonstrations must be done in fully lit environments for 1 year. That demonstration was never taken seriously due to the fact, as you can tell, that those particular screen paints have to depend on a high power projector just to make the image look good. And that tells the consumer at the end of the day that they're going to have to spend extra money in order to get the screen to look exactly like it does in the video. This is why we warn people to stay away from these particular products. Now, if someone's in there selling screen paint and they're being on the up and up and they're being on the honest, and you're telling you like it is, then hey, go for it. But if someone's telling you something that's not true, then at the end of the day, you'll see exactly what you're getting if they do the challenge or if they do the network grade 773. So as you can see, as the projector is changing colors, you can see with the network grade 773 is still remaining the same color. It is not changing at all, period. No matter what caliber projector we use, short throw, long throw, laser, DLP, doesn't make a difference. Gray screen paints will not react. Now I'm being requested to push forward on the challenge, that we need to push on that one, and we are now going to continue to push on that one. We feel that if these people are out here misleading people, telling them things that are not true, at the end of the day, I think it's my responsibility of a person in this business of interest to make sure that these individuals are telling the truth. Now, as in the claim, can a gray screen paint product work for a venue? That is a complete lie. If they feel that this is, I'm not telling you the truth, well, I give you the opportunity to match my demonstration, as in construct a 180-inch screen, I don't care where you put it, and bring out a venue projector and display off that projector, off that screen. And keep in mind, we are expecting contrast levels, colors, white levels, the whole 9 yards, everything. So there will be a few challenges popping up. As I said before, and you have to understand, gentlemen, if you're going to go out and you're going to challenge other people's work at the end of the day, you have to expect that you're going to have to back your own. And we can back our products with no problem. So if you're going to go out and you're going to act the way you're acting, we're going to expect for you to back your products. And if you can't back your products, clearly shows that your products do not work. And we are basically making the statement that gray screen paints are obsolete and they should not be sold at all anywhere in a home theater because they don't work. All right, let's go to a Starfield screensaver.
I found a few matches for that.
Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
So what is the purpose of a gray screen? It can't see contrast. It doesn't see white levels equal to a white screen. It can't beat a gunmetal at the end of the day. So where does it stand at in a home theater? Nowhere. So just to give you a bit of a shock, that's the projector I'm using in the demonstration. Oh, you thought I had the other projector, right? No, we're using the portable projector in this demonstration. I thought it'd be fun to do the demonstration first and then show you the projector last. That projector is 1,000 lumens, 720p, at around 14 feet from my screen in a fully lit environment. And as you can see on our technology, it can see color and it can see contrast, where the gray screen paint product can't see anything. That's why I explained to you that it's a misleading product and that is obsolete. Now, 7, 8, 9 years ago, that was the big dog, because there were no such thing as gunmetal screens. They didn't exist. And the best screen you could have at that particular time on all the tons of mixes all over YouTube were gray. But that screen paint has served its purpose, and it's done. When the gunmetal came up, when the diamonds and the darker screens started coming up into the scene of home theater, that became obsolete. The only purpose for the gray screen paint was to produce a darker contrast level and better color than a white screen. So how can you remain the top screen if you have a gunmetal screen that can produce a much heavier contrast level than your screen, better color, deeper, richer colors, and maintain a white level because of its reflective surface? that means your product was obsolete years ago, as far back as 2015. Now we're going to be doing some demonstrations. Hopefully we get a couple of days of rain today and we get some good weather. We're going to be outside on the 150 and 180 inch screen. We're going to be targeting toward companies, explaining to companies at the end of the day why you do not want to go near a gray screen paint mixture, any kind of gray product and whatsoever, because again, you will be washing out your screen. If the screen is having a very difficult time picking up in normal ambient light environments, how much harder it's going to have a problem picking up outside in the daytime. Let's go over to 8K Desired Nature.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's go pick up some I like these contrast levels they have. Let's get this one first.
What if smartphones were more than just smart? The all-new Google Pixel 6 makes distractions instantly disappear with the most advanced smartphone camera yet. Google Pixel 6.
And as I said before, contrast is everything. Tell me the last time you bought a projector and it said, oh, you get a 2,000, 4,000 to 1 white level. You don't get that. You get that from contrast. 10,000 to 1, 20,000 to 1, 3,000 to 1 contrast level. Contrast is everything. Again, you watch this demonstration on a phone that has an OLED black display. You have black screens in your home, TVs and monitors. So why is your projection screen gray? It's outdated. So if you bought a cell phone and your screen was gray, would you keep it or would you take it back? You bought a TV and it came back gray, would you keep it or would you take it back? You would take it back, and the first thing you would say is, why is my screen gray? This is old. It's supposed to be black. So why are you accepting the same thing for your projection screen? Why is your screen gray? And I've watched dozens and dozens of your demonstrations. Not only, I'm talking about with gray screen paint products, people in general, dozens of your demonstrations. Screens can't pick up contrast and they can't see color. Let's go switch over to, I like this darker contrast right here. So this is the reason why you want to stay away from these gray products. Maybe, I wouldn't even consider them to be a quick fix at the end of the day, because you're still gonna have to repaint the screen. So here we are on our Sony VPL-C, I think it's a CS4 projector, 720p with a 100 to 1 contrast ratio. Let's see if we get an improvement with the light type, which means you're gonna have to be in dark anyway. Let's take the lights out. And even within the dark, at 1,000 lumens, you still cannot pick up contrast. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
There you go. 1,000 lumens, 720p, 600 by 800 res, portable projector is having a difficult time picking up a star field in a black environment, in a dark environment. Can't pick it up. The color red.
Getting that from YouTube.
Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Green screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
And this is why you have to calibrate. You have to calibrate a gray screen paint product because it doesn't have the ability to be able to recognize color. And like I said, we're only at 1,000 lumens, 720p. Slow color change out. Let's go back in. Pop this way out of YouTube again. YouTube.
Here's YouTube.
Slow color change out.
Getting that from YouTube.
So here we're doing a slow color change out, lights out, just to show you that a gray screen paint product cannot pick up color, even in the dark at 1,000 lumens. That's why it's a bad idea to use gray screen paint products or white screen at best. Let me get something else here and show you all. This is the white sheet of paper. I'm gonna put this next to the gray screen to show you how much of a slight little bump we're gonna get. And that's basically about it. So that's a white sheet of paper. As I said before, a white sheet of paper is gonna do the same thing as a white screen is gonna do, no difference. But that's how close a gray screen comes to next to a white screen. It gives it a slight little bump, that's it. Today we are going to be requesting the challenge. The challenge for all gray screen paint products to do the Network Gray 773 to see how close your product comes to this particular screen paint. We don't care if you do it with the lights on or off, it doesn't make a difference. What projector you use at all, it doesn't make a difference. You can't match the screen in any way whatsoever. You must show a difference between night and day. As I'm displaying right now of our our technology, that's what you're going to have to display. This is not for one individual, this is for all. I'm so glad I don't make gray screen paint anymore. Honestly, this is going to be extremely brutal. This is what has to be done to show you at the end of the day that black technology is the best. Now keep in mind, you have individuals who they can't even do a 1-year challenge. They can't remove their main projectors out of their environment because they need those projectors in order to make the product look good. How much more they're not going to be able to do this challenge. Now, if anyone wants to give us a challenge of matching our product against black paint or whatever, hey, we got no problem with that. I've got somewhere between 29 demonstrations already done. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
So we have done every test you could possibly think of. We have done making our own black products to put against our own screens. We have tested against different fabrics and films and materials and paints. I've gone down to Lowe's and bought maybe 4 or 5 gallons of different forms of black paint to put against our products. We have drawn into screens with black screens while displaying white levels. We have done just about everything you could possibly think of when it comes to testing our products against black paint, even doing live paint on demonstrations of painting our black screens with black paint and throwing them against black paint. Drop them at 1,000 lumens, 5,000 lumens, 4,000 lumens, long throw, ultra short throw. We've done them already. Compared to you guys, you haven't even done the first test yet. And the first one is the Network Gray 773. We have 12 other paints under Sherwin-Williams, which we will be posting below, that need to be tested side by side. So are you really getting what you think you're getting from a gray screen paint product or not? Again, the demonstrations that you are seeing, whether it come from, I'm sorry, I have to say your name, but we have to say your name, Crow 1176 or Partey, is because in your demonstrations you are using high-end, high-powered projectors. We have requested you to remove these projectors from the environment and do the 1-year challenge to prove that your product is doing the work and not the projector. Clearly, you have not removed any projectors. Clearly shows that you were basically lying and misleading your customers because you had to depend on a high-powered machine in order to produce that image. Therefore, the quality is not coming from your screen, it is coming from the projector. So you're being called out. I've called you out on Instagram. I'm calling you out on Twitter. I'm calling you out on TikTok. I'm calling you out on Facebook. I'm calling you out on every platform you can for you to do those tests. How much of that image you're showing is coming from the projector, or how much is that coming from the screen? So we need for you to remove those projectors from the environment for 1 year. If your products work perfectly fine, you should have no problem. I can go downstairs and I can do a demonstration right now as we speak on my 720p projectors in fully lit environments. And my projector doesn't sit up on top of a screen. It is 18 feet away from a screen. The other one is around 13 feet now. We got to pull back 13 feet. We got it tucked in pretty deep. And we're up here again at another 13 feet away from the screen on a 1,000 lumen projector. So as you can see, the white screen does the exact same thing as the gray screen. The only thing the gray screen's purpose was for was to give you a slight better color than the white screen. Now next, we also were requesting the Network Gray 773. That's one of the things in the forum site we're asked for the challenge between you two. They want to see Network Gray 773, the 1 year challenge. And now, because you have made claims that your product works with venue projectors, I would love to see your product at 180 inches on display with real venue projectors, not the NEC 1150. That is not a venue projector. And at 180 inches, you would have to be 23 feet back from the screen. You can't make claims, and I tell people, do not make claims on your product having the ability to do something when you have never did the demonstration to begin with. Let's see. That's why you have to be stuck in the dark. Even with the lights off, it doesn't work. And mind you, the projector behind us has a 100:1 contrast level. You will get a slight little bump in the gray screen, but that's basically about it. That's as far as it can go. Okay, we're done here. Now, when we get outside, again, we will be requesting the 180-inch screen venue display. We're requesting you to, both of you, to do this. Because the reason why we don't request anybody else, and I do know other people make gray screen paint products because, again, they don't make these outlandish, these crazy accusations about their products. And if you're saying that the Frankenstein does work on venue projectors and it's good for business, then we're expecting to see that at 180 inches outside. All right, so let's show you. On the Facebook page, we got permission to show off the pictures. This is the problem that they're having. They cannot seem to pull up the screen. Now they have this projector is huge. It's massive. I'm curious what kind of case. I know it came in a Roadhouse case, but I'm curious to see. Here, let me show you on the site real quick. Curious to see. There we go. They gave us. This is a company we're working to help them fix their problem. You see the big box right here? That massive. That's a projector. That's how big they are. Those are venues. The big. Well, actually, commercial venues. You have certain kinds. You have a venue projector and you have commercialized. That's a commercialized projector right there. That thing is gigantic. So that's 12,000 lumens, 4K projector Epson. And that right there you're seeing, this projector's on. It's on right now. That's a gray screen paint product that they're using. That projector hit that gray paint with such a high velocity of so much light, it actually made it look like it was white. That's how bright. They have the brightness up on that projector, trying to get the image to pull outside. So this place right here, which we're working with right now, that's what we're doing right now, they have a area where they're doing servants outside. You know, people at the car and they're doing these outside. Well, sometimes they start at 12 o'clock, they start at 1 o'clock. Do you remember last year when we were displaying that sun killer technology, that screen that was producing images outside where someone like was pushing right through it? There you go. That's what they're requesting. That's why I told you that you have to be the back product stuff at the end of the day. A gray screen paint product would never work in that environment at all, period. It couldn't pull up. It's a waste of time. That's the project we're working on. Can we get that to work? Oh, heck yes, easily. Easy. Can a gray screen paint work in that environment? No. Think about it. It can barely make it in a dark apartment. What makes you think it's going to pull up even there? Not going to happen. You know what impressed them about coming to us? Because on our website, they saw these pictures. Something you do not have on your website or any gray screen paint product. I've never seen you display pictures. That's what caught their eye. The fact that if we can get a screen to pull up after a snowstorm, and do you have any idea how much white light is reflecting off snow? And if you can get a screen, a fireplace to burn outside, and all that light pushing back and forth, yes, this is what gets you the big deals, the big opportunities. That's what gets you that, because you have to be able to display on a large level. Out there, you can't open up doors and windows and all that nonsense. Go, oh, look, and that doesn't work out there. Out there is your screen works or it doesn't. That's how it works. There's no ambient light controlled out there at all, period. That's the impressive demonstrations you have to do. So yes, we consider gray screen paints to be misleading. If that screen was gray out there, it would have never picked up at all. And my projector is 4,000 lumens. Now, so you guys can understand how the venue projectors work, because you don't know, because you don't own them, or you don't have much experience in them. In any projector, if you start off with 4,000, you don't end with 4,000. You end with much less, depending on how much light you have out there. And as you can see, with all that white snow reflecting light all over the place, that projector's lumen count got ripped up pretty bad before it made contact with that screen. That screen, being jet black, would have to have the ability to pull that image and push it right back out. And black screens have an extremely, what I heard from other people who develop black technology, they are supposed to have an extremely difficult time inside. We are outside at 150 inches doing this demonstration, and not with an expensive high power projector, with a $270 projector. Where in that demonstration, they had a 12,000 lumen. We have a 4. Theirs is an ultra 4K, mine's 720p. That's what impressed them. Now, since you two like to challenge people's works at the end of the day, we think it's only fair that we give you challenges right back. Because like I said, if you ask me to go outside, I can show you anything and back it up, like I'm doing right in the next room. I can back it up. So what we're going to be requesting, we're going to continue to press for the 1-year challenge, which you should be doing. We should not have to put that into a challenge. You should do that automatically from the door. We were going to requesting, because you made statements that your products were venue projectors, then you need to have an official venue projector, and you need to have it outside. And since you said that your product is just as good as ours, We're at 180, so now you have to be at 180 inches to display. If you're going to question my work, then we feel that you should be doing the exact same screens that we should be doing, the exact same sizes. So how does your product look at 180 inches, 150 inches, 135, 140? So when I'm outside, again, we will request for Crow 1176 to produce on a venue projector 180 inches at 23 feet. If your product is the best, you should be able to match any one of my demonstrations with no problem. I can display snow outside on a black screen in the snow. That's why I find it so interesting. These are individuals that want to accuse our company, but yet, when asked to do these challenges to match our demonstrations, they refuse to do it. So now we are requesting a 180-inch screen to be displayed as we're doing it outside. Match every last one of our demonstrations, which we are requesting. We are requesting a network grade 773 challenge for you to test. I don't care what projector you use. It doesn't make a difference with that stuff. You can't match the screen. Period. Look at the contrast level that's being pulled up outside. Green screen would never pass that. But you are going to request to show that demonstration at 180 inches. Because keep in mind, you can't do a demonstration with a contrast with a projector and go, oh, I'm going to stick to colors only because it's going to look good on camera. Do you think that the people who are going to be buying that paint are going to be using just colors only? No, they're going to be displaying contrast levels. And they will expect for that screen to be able to pull outside in a fully bright environment. That's why I said they're misleading, because in their demonstrations, they will stick to those high-end projectors, dark environments, and say, look, this is the quality, this is the image. No, you can't do that, because you're expecting for them to use the same product, somewhat hopefully same or better projector, and you want them to use it in that dark environment. It doesn't work that way. Not everybody's going to use the same environment that you're using. That's why we do these demonstrations. That screen is taking on more light than you would have in your average home right now. Oh, you guys are going to have a lot for you guys. You're going to have a lot. Now, we're not going to go whole tit for tat on that nonsense. We're not doing that. We're going to give you the challenge and move on. Go to work, give you the challenge and move on. And that's what we're going to do from there. Now, you do know when you go to paint that screen in at 180 inches, if you go on camera and you use more than 2 quarts, you've already showed that you have basically lied on your website, which we already know you have done on that one too. That is something else too I will be requesting. I will also be challenging your specification sheets on your website, because your website is a fraud and it is misleading to customers. And I will be requesting you to basically back up what you have stated on your website. You have stated on your website that 2 quarts of your product can paint a 300-inch screen. We will request for you to do that demonstration live. Look at that. Look at the OLED fish moving back and forth in the snow. So that's why. So when you guys go out there trolling, whether it be you or anybody else goes out there trolling and carrying on saying, oh, his product's so dark you can't see it. Yeah, that's going to be kind of hard to basically say due to the fact that I'm outside at 150 inches and I'm displaying at 23 feet back. Where you guys that are out there ridiculing my work are sitting in a dark room on a small projector, high-end projector on a small screen, ridiculing my work that I'm sitting outside doing. At the end of the day, it just shows where you stand at. If you're going to ridicule my work, then I advise you do the exact same demonstration to a T. If you don't have the room and you don't have the projector, then you need to keep your mouth quiet. There I am doing the LG demonstration in the snow. So how is a screen in a dark apartment that's supposed to be ours or anybody else's unwatchable, but yet we're doing this at 150 inches outside? It just shows at the end of the day how sad you jokers are. And again, batch numbers, people, batch numbers. That's another thing that was brought up in forum sites. You guys are talked about quite a lot with forum sites, and it's not good. You're labeled as trolls, haters. That's what you're labeled as, the usual stuff. Because they're comparing my stuff, and they go back and watch that. These guys showing us outside. Look at this. Look at the size of the screen. This is unheard of for anyone to display a screen like this outside this time of the day. And yet they go back and watch your demonstrations, compare them to mine, and they don't match. My demonstrations are far more superior. So now we're giving you challenges. That's what they're requesting in the forum sites. They said we need to push on challenges. The guys are like, don't let up. Push on them. Give them as many challenges as you possibly can. Bury them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to bury you in challenges. Now, like I said, you should be able to do this. The only challenges we're going to give you, would never give you a challenge that we can't do. That's one of the things I don't do. I never give people challenges to something that I can't do. I will give you a challenge to something we've already done. But to us, this is not a challenge. This is something we do. This is normal for us. These are normal tests for us. For you, it's a challenge. Because again, like I said, a gray screen paint is useless. Look how black the OLED horse comes up outside. Customer demonstrations. I'm going to grab this one right here. We need this one. This is the demonstration we did for the church for the 7,000 lumen projector. You've never did a screen at 1,000 inches, have you? Never did one. Neither one of you have ever did a screen at 1,000 inches. We have. We done it. We done it. I've done dozens of screens at thousands of inches. Easy. See the size of that screen? That's a testimony to us by that company that was so happy that we got their screen to activate. They did a video for us. See all those lights up there? Those are stage lights, far more brighter than any of your customers' demonstrations. 7,000, let me see if we can get that screen to trigger, but we got it to trigger. See? Because at that time, when they said, now you know it works, this is when we had Crow going off, just trying to tear our paper product. Oh, it don't work. And they saw that demonstration. People don't like what you do at the end of the day. They don't like you. I'm telling you right from the door. People I talk to don't like you. People I do business with don't like you. Because you talk a lot of trash on camera. They watch you cut a lot of corners. You don't do things properly. And they look at you as a waste of time. And they do. And that's why they did that demonstration. And we're going to be using this for our intro. And like I said, this is going to be a reminder of what you have to do at the end of the day, because we will be requesting now at 180 inches. I don't care if you don't have the room. You ran your mouth. You talk too much trash. Partey has the room, and he hasn't even done the screen yet. And he literally has the room to put a screen out there. Much bigger, he has the room. And to the life of me, why he chose that cookie cutter screen to display outside, I don't even know why. Let's go over to Now, when my intro comes on, you can see the size screens that we're used to working with. This is why I know how much paint it takes to paint a screen, because I've done screens way over 200 inches, way over 500 inches easily. I know how much paint it takes. Simple fact that this individual doesn't know how much paint it takes to paint in a screen right there tells you from the door that he doesn't know what he's talking about. So I can give you a challenge on that one too. Show me one customer demonstration with a screen over 800 inches. One. Can't show me that either. Let's go over. Here's my customer's demonstration right here, showing off his screen. You can't even match my customer's demonstrations at all, not one of them. This is my customer's demonstration. Notice all the windows open. They do the exact same thing I do in my demonstrations. If they see me sitting there with all the windows open, they'll do the same thing I do, which I expect for them to do because my product works at the end of the day. Your demonstrations, on the other hand, I see screens as far away from the windows as possible. You will select really bright colors, and because at the end of the day, they're going to show better in a well-lit environment. But as I said before, Network Grade 773 does the same thing too. I can mimic the exact same demonstration, no problem. With that product, I can do the same thing your great screen paints can do. As a matter of fact, how about this? I challenge you to a side-by-side review with Network Grade 773 versus your product. We tried to do the digital and crystal screen paint. He wouldn't touch it. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't go near it because he knew it was going to blend in. If he had blended into a digital one paint, that means that digital one paint, mind you, is a 9-year-old product. That means his product would have been declared outdated right from the door. He couldn't do that demonstration. He knew he couldn't. But if you want, I can basically give you a challenge against digital and crystal screen paint. If you want. You give me permission. Obviously, we've been through this before. We asked for permission. We said we'll ship it right to his front door. He never gave us permission. Never called my phone. Never gave us an email. Nothing. Not a thing. Because you can't even, if you, at the end of the day, digital and crystal screen paint will either match or better your product. That's the only two choices you have out of that. So I think I'm going to make that a challenge. Shit, we'll add digital. We'll bring the old school stuff back in. All right, so let's go over to, I'm going to get one of these videos from Digital One because I want to put it at the bottom. Let me see. 1.1 choosing. Let's go over here. I'm going to bring up under my old company under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. And we're going to give you a challenge for Digital One. Digital, oh, come on. Get in there and be nice. Crystal Screen Paint. All right. I want you to do a review of your product next to Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. There we are. This is all me, people. I told you 9 years ago, I was making screen paint, gray screen paint products. 9 years ago, I made gray screen paint products. That's how I know your products. That's how I know how they're made. That's why when I saw that Network Grade 773, and I said, whoa, if I had to go against that nightmare at the end of the day, no. That stuff would have me change professions quick. You can't match that paint. There you go. There's me. 9 years ago. Digital and crystal screen paint. You're going to do a review against digital and crystal screen paint. Mind you, we have the ingredients posted how it's made. You match that product. And again, we already did the test already. We've done the test already. We know it's going to match. We already know that from the door. But we're giving him the opportunity to do it. Also, too, Partey. Also, too, we have a darker version of that too. I need this video demonstration right here. Look at the color of the paint. It's not black, is it? There you go. I told you I was making y'all screen paint 9 years back. Everything y'all have, I've made it already. Everything you have, I've made it already. All your screen paints. You have nothing that we haven't made already. That's why I said that we know from the door that all the stuff they're talking about is fake. From the door, because again, back then, this particular paint was very popular. 9 years ago, it was popular. Now, no, it's not popular anymore. The gunmetals came in and took over that already. Ben took over that. All they did was take old screen paint and put up on high-end projectors of today to make them look different. That's why we've requested the challenge to remove the projectors out of the environment and to put them on 720p, because that's what people were using then, 720p projectors. Once in the blue moon, you came across a 1080p, but majority of the projectors at that time were 720p projectors. So that's why we're asking to remove those high-end projectors to show that the screen paint, if it has the ability to do what it's supposed to do, you wouldn't require to need the projector. That's why they need a projector. Without the projector, they can't get that image. That's why. I know your product already. It's nothing new. You can drop whatever you want in your product. I know it's in your product automatically from the door. That's how I was able to match your product to Network Gray 773. Any gray screen paint is going to have the same reaction. It's all going to have the same reaction. Let's go over to video. Over here. That's the Metallica mix right there. Let's see. Yeah, you're kind of shocked when you saw the demonstration. Where you're not. Yeah, that's his video. That's why he deleted it off his account. We know why he deleted it off his account because... Well, let me put the digital one in here too. Show you 9 years back when I was making that product. I'll put that in there too. Everything that Crow does in his demonstration, we did it 9 years back. We already did it already. Painting on drywall, all that stuff is all listed, all in the digital one. Go look at my old company. You will see every demonstration we have done. We already did it already. We already did it with everything he's doing. The only difference is the projectors, because the projectors at that particular time, P2s didn't exist. None of those projectors exist back then. Same demonstration to look exactly like ours. From 9 years back. The only difference is, like I said, the projectors. That's it. The same thing. Same discoloration, same everything. We only need this one right here. We don't need this right here for that one. This demonstration right here shows you we did a demonstration right here. We made several gray screen paint products. All of them match. All gray screen paints are the same. We're going to take that one. We're going to go out of here. And we're going to come into here. And we're going to grab this right here. There we go. Now, that's the reason why we're going to do the Network Gray 773 challenge, because as I said before, if they avoid these challenges, they don't do these challenges at the end of the day, it just clearly shows you that our statements that what we're saying about these products are true. If someone's going to sit up there and say, like the guy called Silent Walker 5 is going to say, hey, look, he has to use a 5,000 projector. Dude, I've been dropping 1,000 lumens throughout my entire house. No problem. Screen's been pulling with no problem whatsoever. Even like I said, went downstairs, dropped it back 14 feet in a maxed out zone, which you didn't do in the demonstration. You didn't show any max outs at all. We did one max out 14 feet, 1,000 lumens, did it off black paint. Our screen produced well, actually, I would do that demonstration again because I got a request for that again. Did it off black paint. We produced a higher white level, better color, then did it off gray paint at the same time. Are you kidding me? I got 1,000 lumens running right downstairs right now in the theater room. So yeah, that theory is out the door. That's done. You're finished. Then on top of that, your unboxing, how you unpeeled, took the top off the black that easily, that wrapping, again, fake. So we got two people going to do a review, and we're going to do it side by side with your dub video, and we're going to put you on that fraud site. So people can compare the two people that are going to be doing the demonstration on our product. On top of that, it even makes you more of a bigger idiot at the end of the day. And I hate to call people dumb, but all our products have videos connected to them. Before a container can receive a batch number, it has to be painted live on camera. So the fact it's displayed on camera with no problem, before it even ended up on the batch number, ended up on the side of the container, also too backs it up 100%. And I sat there and said right there on camera, I said, I bet you somebody's dumb enough to go out there and do a video and try to falsify our product, knowing that there is a video done of every batch number. So you can scream all you want, oh, here's the batch number. It doesn't mean anything at all, because again, batch numbers are connected to live video demonstrations, and the time stamp on the video is the time stamp exactly when the product was mixed and painted and dried. That's where you're going to have a hard time in court. Try explaining that to a judge. Your lawyer is going to tell you at the end of the day, when he hasn't contacted us. We asked him to have the lawyer contact us. We haven't got any calls yet. Your lawyer is going to tell you at the end of the day that the best thing you could do is just pretty much just curl up in a ball and just take the beating, because that's what that's the only thing you can do. You know, just take it like a man. That's all. So all you can do is just take it like a man. You made the accusation. Now we got to go to court over it, and you got to figure out how you're going to explain to a judge how we got a video showing our products being painted before we ship them out. So just ball up in the corner and just take it like a man. That's all you can do. That's why I say you don't do dumb stuff at the end of the day. That's why we back our products up. Don't do dumb stuff at the end of the day. You don't worry about getting a lawsuit on you. All right, let's come over here and let's show you where we're going to be at on this one on the channel. This is me painting the digital one. This is the video I'm going to be showing. This is from 9 years back. And this shows you how old screen paints are. So everything you're seeing in Crow's demonstration, everything you're seeing in Partay's demonstration, that it's been done already 9 years ago. 9 years ago. See the little bit of light we have in the environment compared to the lighting we have now? See how the screen's washed out right here? That's the same thing. The only difference is in this demonstration, we don't have a 3,300 lumen, 3,000 lumen projector at $3,300. So in the challenge, if they remove that projector and say that screen produces the same way as the P2 displayed, and they're able to pull the heavy contrast and everything, then they're showing that at the end of the day that the screen is doing the work. And mind you, they have to do all these demonstrations, and that challenge have to be done in fully lit environments. None can be done in the dark. That's why they won't do them. Let's go back over here. Let's grab another one too we got over here. This is from 8 years ago. Not a cracking peeling demonstration. 2.0, we got right here. Free ultralight screen paint here. Let me see. Here we go. Here's another demonstration right here on a digital crystal screen paint. All right, so my time's about out of here. We're going to come back in and we're going to discuss how old are gray screen paint products and are they outdated. And I'll be putting a lot of links in below showing you exactly our old demonstrations from digital and crystal screen paint. I was painting different kinds of gray screen paint products to show you that, yes, these are old products. They are outdated, and this is something you should not be painting to your wall. You're basically taking an old product, and it's not going to do what it's supposed to do at the end of the day. It's basically old and outdated. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you for your time. I have to go. I'll be back in a few minutes, and God bless.